Welcome, everybody. This is episode 77, and it's our long-awaited 1 hour March Madness special. Do you need those last-minute tips? Well, we are here. Actually, I'm the only one here right now. As usual, Ryan is late for the show. You know, they call us March Madness. I'm about to go mad here since I'm about to do this damn show by myself.
Whoa.
Speaking of the devil.
Oh, you know how mad it is out there, dude? It's madness. The traffic, everything is madness, dude. Madness. It's madness out there, I tell you.
This is March Madness!
It's madness. Madness. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
It is indeed episode 77.
Sorry I was late. I was caught in the madness. That is the March Madness.
But it is indeed episode 77, and one of Ryan and I's favorite shows of the year, the March Madness special. You got to get something to get excited about during non-football season, other than creating.
I'm watching a lot of soccer. That's keeping me excited.
There you go.
You know, something to get excited.
We'll give the women some respect for what we're
absolutely,
dude.
Absolutely.
We got to find a way to get some kind of international viewers.
Absolutely.
But with that said, Ryan, we got a full show this week.
Ooh.
And before we get to
68 games? 38 games?
64.
64. That's a
I
lot.
mean, we can kind of talk about that.
Yeah. There's a few that don't matter, and there's a few that matter.
Exactly. But before we get on to it, just to give our loyal viewers some normalcy that we usually do, congrats to LSU baseball, beating Ole Miss 2 out of 3 and beating Southern last night. They
Lanes, SEC Freshman of the Week.
Freshman of the Week.
For the second time this season.
Yeah.
13 Ks. Guess who didn't have 13 Ks in a start at LSU? Gosman. Guess who else didn't have 13 Ks in a start at LSU? Nola. This kid's a freshman. Guess what?
In fact, LSU's entire starting rotation in wins this year, Poche is number 1 in the nation with 5 wins, and tied for second is LSU's true freshmen, Lange and Godfrey with 4 wins. Let that wrap around your head, folks. By the way, LSU's also 3rd in the nation in batting average.
Yikes.
They're playing the ball right now. They go on the road.
Yeah, that's some good quality ball up in Baton Rouge.
Absolutely. They go on the road this weekend to take on Arkansas. It'll be always is a tough matchup. But if they can come away at least 2 out of 3, should be a good weekend. But I think this is one of those seasons there LSU can kind of catch Arkansas when they're a little bit down. Got swept by Vanderbilt this weekend. A sweep on the road at Arkansas would really help the RPI. LSU would have a serious case to be number 1 unanimously in college baseball, unless, of course, A&M keeps running undefeated.
The one thing we've seen a lot in Fayetteville is that, the bullpen has been Arkansas's, bread and butter. They weren't astronomically great at the bats, but, in the bullpen, and they're starting 3 for some of the best in the nation, especially in the conference. So what do they have to show for this year? I'm not really sure, Matt, but, like you said, it's a down year. We can take a sweep on the road.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 would definitely be
really
nice.
good.
Sweep would be even better. We'll see what happens with them. But that said, Ryan, got a lot of games to pick, and we might as well start in the East, where the viewership of this show is most interested in. The region that LSU is in. LSU finally in the tournament for the first time since 2009, and we'll go with first. Yeah, what will happen? We'll get to them right after this one, but if LSU happens to win, they play the winner of this one. Villanova playing in Pittsburgh, not far from their home city of Philadelphia, taking on Lafayette, not that Lafayette.
Right. Nope. This is Lafayette of Indiana, if I'm not mistaken. Mistaken.
This is Lafayette that actually make the NCAA tournament.
Right. Ooh.
Oh, they didn't make it.
It took me a second.
They didn't make it last year. But with that said, Ryan, 16 is number 1. I got Villanova.
Jay Wright's been one of my favorite college coaches outside of the SEC for quite some time. Villanova, Louisville, some of the schools I really like following, outside of the norm. It's a no-brainer, and you're going to hear Nova out of my mouth a lot tonight. So
Absolutely. And next up on the ballot is the only one we'll really go into super depth with. LSU takes on North Carolina State, the 8-9 matchup, always an intriguing one, and usually the most even out of all the games. LSU comes into this game with a 22-10 record. North Carolina State at 20-13. They've been mirror images of each other this year, Ryan. North Carolina State has knocked off the likes of North Carolina and Duke, and has also lost to likes of Clemson. Sound familiar?
Yeah. About a week ago. Not even 5 days ago.
Yeah.
5 days ago.
LSU is into the likes of actually Clemson early in the year. Now that I remember it, Auburn twice, but both teams seem to play their best ball against their best competition.
You beat me to it.
Yep.
You beat me to it.
And I think one thing LSU needs to definitely be prepared for is the perimeter. North Carolina State has 3 guys that shoot above 36% from 3, including former Tiger Ralston Turner, the 5th-year senior.
Brings a lot of experience to the table with that.
I think you put Quarterman on him, and if Quarterman plays defensively like he's capable of, you could see a repeat of Garrett Temple, J.J. Redick, which LSU's going to need from in the season.
Absolutely. But here's the big thing that I've seen in the success that LSU's had throughout the season. The first all-SEC team. 2 of them were from LSU. 2 of them were from Kentucky. The other one's irrelevant. Mickey.
Well, it's the player of the year.
You know, when you get them the ball down low and get the offense running down low, it opens up everything else, and that's where we've had the most success this year is getting them involved. Mickey and Martin can really get involved. The perimeter might take care of itself on defense. We can pull away early, get in the perimeter. Getting Mickey and Martin involved.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. LSU has the size advantage overall, but then again, they had the size advantage against Auburn. LSU has just got to come out.
But in Auburn, we were forced to play on the perimeter. We didn't. It seems like on those games we lose against A&M, against Missouri, we were playing unorganized basketball. We weren't running anything down low. Just going based on what I've seen
with the height advantage. Exactly. I never got it.
It doesn't make sense. And we have it on Thursday night.
Yeah, and LSU definitely cannot go out and missing 19 free throws again. I mean, that was just unheard of, including 12 by Jarrell Martin himself.
I mean, Jarrell Martin still played a damn good game. Just like the Strave, I mean, you can't. I can understand 4. If you're shooting that many, I can understand 4.
Both teams shoot 68% of the team, so they're both very average.
But you got Matt. It really is
it's a
tale of 2 teams.
It's a flip of the coin. The other thing is the winner of this game has a legit shot to beat Villanova.
Both do. You're right. You're right. If anybody,
that's been a popular pick.
Yes.
Because they're saying both these teams are talented. I think LSU finally plays with a fire under their ass and wins a close one against North Carolina.
My blind optimism would have said Tigers anyway, but after looking at the 2 teams and what they've done this season, they really are. Like we said, who's going to be the better team that shows up because they're almost carbon copies. But of course, this is no fair. Tigers.
But the difference for me was LSU is 6-1 against tourney teams. So they're playing their best ball against tourney teams. Only loss is a game they should have won.
True.
With that said, we have a lot more games to go.
Let's roll.
5-12 matchup, always exciting, Ryan. You got the Missouri Valley Conference runner-up in Northern Iowa taking on Wyoming, a 12 seed that kind of came out of nowhere.
Northern Iowa, I looked at this one for a second because this is one of those 5-12s that you really got to think about. Wyoming played some really good ball this year. I think they only had 2 or 3 losses, but Northern Iowa beat Wichita State twice. If I'm not mistaken, they beat Wichita State twice and then lost in the Missouri Valley Tournament Championship against Wichita State.
Actually, Wichita State. Wichita State's beat them twice, but Northern Iowa has beat them once. They beat them the first match.
When you go 31-3, I don't care who you play against.
Yeah.
This is one of the ones I'm going 5/12. I got Northern Iowa.
I got Northern Iowa big. I think they potentially are the best 5 seed in the entire tournament. I thought they could have got a 4 easily. The Missouri Valley in basketball, I think, should be considered major topics, not mid-major anymore. We have 5-6 legitimate teams in it every year.
This is true.
Speaking of UL, the real UL, Louisville, taking on UC Irvine, and this is not baseball.
No, it's not. Sounds like it.
Louisville's not the same team they've been, but they won't have any problem with UC Irvine. I got a problem.
That's twice in the show. You said exactly what I was going to say. They're not the Louisville we've been used
to. Going or something.
I mean, they're not the Louisville we've been used to over the past, 8 to 10 years. But they're still Louisville. They're still a good team, much like, some other teams in the tournament that we'll get to. Yeah, but Louisville takes care of business and moves on.
Next up, Providence takes on the winner of Boise State and Dayton, who are about to tip off in a little bit in Dayton. I'm going to assume Dayton wins it on home court. Then it gets tough. Dayton is the Cinderella team last year that made the run to the Elite Eight, but they were one of the last teams to get in. Then again, Providence, this is not the Big East you and I grew up with, Ryan. It's kind of
it's a lot different.
Kind of a pick 'em here.
A lot different.
I got Providence in a close one.
In the first bracket I did, where I actually did some homework before I started, getting brave, I put Providence. If Dayton wins, and now that I know they're playing at home in the tournament, that should be a shoo-in. Dayton's always been a sharp-shooting team. You live or die with a jump shot.
Yes.
And when they're on, they're on.
And they were on last year.
So, I say Providence, but this is almost, yeah, like you said, it's a pick 'em. Don't be surprised if Dayton moves on. We've got Providence.
Next up, Oklahoma and Albany. Albany's one of those teams that always seems on the brink of an upset. Oklahoma on paper should be a lot better than their record.
True.
And
They could easily be a 2 seed.
They do have a good backcourt, but they do have 10 losses this year. But I don't think the inconsistency gets them in the first round. At least I think they get by Albany. But I think Albany gives them a run for their money. And it could be a potential 3-4. If there is a 3-14 upset,
This might be one
I think
of them.
that could be it.
I don't know. I've seen Oklahoma play a few times this season, and they look like they can play.
They're kind of they're kind of like
10
LSU
losses.
State, yeah.
Right.
But they had some big wins, including at Kansas.
I don't think Albany is just Matt. I don't think
Yeah.
It's not OU.
Next up, Michigan State and kind of a surprise team in the SEC this year in Georgia that out of nowhere finished third is up next.
Yeah. I'm like, wait, did he just really? Yeah.
Yeah. Not picking against Michigan State in the first round, bro.
Especially the way Izzo played in the Big Ten championship and towards the end of the season.
They're heating up in March. They struggled this year, and
Yeah.
they're heating up right now. It's like,
This might be the time we see Izzo again.
are they one of those 7 seeds that's going to make a run to the Final Four? Like
Izzo
Connecticut last year.
Izzo as a 7 seed is irrelevant. It's Izzo.
Yes.
He's got a team that makes it to the 16. He's got a team that'll make
He's
it to the
made
Final
the
Four.
Sweet 16 12 out of the last 17 years. That is insane.
He does it with teams like this year that we don't even know about. You don't hear about it.
They were in down year this year,
And now look.
you never know. And finishing up the first round, Virginia
Virginia.
in the hot shooting Belmont. Does Belmont have enough firepower? No.
This is like the unstoppable force and immovable object, but Belmont's actually movable.
Yeah.
Because Virginia, if I'm not mistaken,
They were a 1
They
seed
were like-
last year.
they were a 1 seed last year, a 2 seed this year. A lot of the same guys on the same team, and they ranked like top 5 in defensive efficiency and turnovers and steal. No, sorry.
I like Virginia. So here's the thing. Should we maybe finish each region and then go Final Four picks after that? Or should we just keep going down the line?
You want to do the whole damn thing?
Yeah,
Let's go region by region.
Let's go region by region. That way our viewers can keep up with it. So with that said, next you'd have Villanova and LSU. Can LSU win what will probably be a true road game?
Yeah.
But will they? I'll go first. LSU's too inconsistent. I think on paper they could, but I'm taking Villanova. They only have 2 losses on the year for a reason. Oh, this is Lee Proctor's bracket. I actually haven't
Okay.
mine out yet.
Okay.
He feels more confident. Not to give away.
I see LSU advancing.
Not to give away too many of his picks. He feels confident, and he shares the same sentiment as some other ones. LSU's definitely one of those teams. If they get streaky enough,
If they get hot and these games are played back back-to-back days, so there's no real big break, no travel time. If LSU plays well and advances against North Carolina State, I think they can beat.
Kenny Chester's got LSU in the Elite Eight.
When they play well, they're one of the best teams in the nation. Which LSU team will we see? I think my blind optimism is taking it one more round. LSU on to the Sweet 16.
All right. Next up will be Northern Iowa and Louisville. This is going to be a good one. I think Northern Iowa is a more talented team, but this one I'm going to go with coaching experience with Rick Pitino in a close game.
It's Patino. Rarely should
We'll
never bet
give
against
our
Patino.
friend Emily some love.
Yeah.
We'll give the real UL some love. I'll take Louisville in this.
Same here.
So we'll go down the bracket. Providence and Oklahoma. I got Oklahoma on talent.
OU's big. They some big boys. OU advances. I feel like the president right now. Filling out my bracket on the show as I go.
There you go. Michigan State, Virginia in a Sweet 16 rematch from last year where Izzo and them as a 4 seed upset Virginia. Does history repeat itself, Ryan?
You know, we said this once, and I'm going to say it again, Matt. This isn't the same team we're used to.
No.
I don't know if they have enough to beat Virginia's defense. I don't know if they'll score enough points. I know we don't sweep. I got the Cavaliers.
I begrudgingly agree with you on that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I'm shocked. Really and truthfully, I'm shocked. This guy's going against Izzo in the second round.
going against this, it's like just on the fact that Virginia this year, and usually I'm down on the ACC, but I think Virginia has just a little bit enough in the tank, and I think home court's going to help them out.
True. This is true.
So that brings us down. We got a little bit of a difference.
360.
You're going to have LSU in Louisville. I'm going to have Villanova in Louisville. I'm going to go with Villanova.
I don't think.
And by the way, this game is the reason this game is in the Carrier Dome where Syracuse plays.
Oh,
Where Virginia and the Villanova have played this year.
you could have Nova.
Okay.
I've got Louisville advancing. I think, again, it comes down to Patino. Patino's tough. I've got Louisville has been quietly dominant this year. You know, they've had a couple of down games. They gave Kentucky one hell of a game, but, you know, quite a few people have this year. I really like Louisville, and they're kind of one of my sentimental teams. I like Louisville.
We got their thing.
We hold it down.
Oklahoma, Virginia, Ryan.
This was tough. This
comes down to I don't trust either of their conferences. I got Virginia because they're way more consistent.
You're not ranked in the top 5 all season for nothing.
Exactly.
Virginia?
So that comes down to I have Villanova, Virginia. You have Louisville, Virginia. You want to go first on this one?
Looking at this one, I'm kind of just going here on the higher seed. I think just Virginia is just more talented. And I've followed Virginia for a little while this season. They've played some damn good basketball. Like I said earlier, their defense is outstanding. I'm going to go Virginia. Virginia to the Final Four at the East.
Nova and Virginia are two schools I never like to put too far because they always seem to have the choke job. But I guess I got to pick one this year.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the school that actually won in the Carrier Dome this year, if I remember correctly. If not, I know they played a close game. But they won. They won in the Carrier Dome this year. Virginia. I got Virginia.
Cavaliers.
I think the depth perception won't be a problem for them. And I don't trust Villanova. I just don't do it. I like their coach like you. I don't trust
Jay Wright has had a top 20 program.
I mean, they went out in the second round as a 2 seed last year.
This was the first Big East championship they've won in 12 years?
In a while, yeah.
You know, you have such a quality ball club like that, and you can't win a tournament championship. How many does Kentucky have? What conference are they in?
SEC. That's where we're going. Southside next.
Southside?
All right, well, the newly winner, Robert Morris, gets the pleasure of playing Duke. Duke.
Yeah, there's no need for explanation on that one. San Diego State and St. John's.
I think this is the 8-9 that will potentially be the biggest blowout, I think. I like San Diego State. They got way too much size. I like the Aztecs. Yeah. I like Marshall Falk University.
Aztecs. They play sound defense as well over the past few years. The opponents average something more like 33, 36%.
Absolutely. Back to another 5-12, Utah, the Pac-12, who was a conference that was very down this year. Against the Southland champs, Stephen F. Austin.
Second year in a row.
Won a game last year.
True.
Can they do it again, Ryan?
Yes.
I agree.
Yes, I do. Because I've heard stories about how good both teams are. I was listening to the radio a couple of days ago, and they said Utah might have been a team that could make a run to the Final Four. And I'm thinking, this is a 5 seed they're talking about. They said it's a complete team that has been playing together for quite some time, but a quick team normally has their number.
Yeah.
Guess what Stephen F. Austin is? An up-tempo ball club who can shoot the ball.
And by the way,
these boys can shoot.
Also been together for a long time.
That's why those small schools get you on those upsets. They play together with great chemistry.
Absolutely.
Stephen F. Austin.
And Stephen F. Austin's only lost 3 games this year. They're 29-3.
It's impressive.
Georgetown Hoyas and Rodney Stuckey University of Eastern Washington. There's your fact drop for tonight. The only reason I know that, not to get too far off track, Josh Kleber and our other friend Bo, when they were living together at LSU, were playing college basketball on the Xbox. Bo, out of nowhere, just picked Belmont because they could shoot the three. So Josh just picked a random school, so it happened to be Eastern Washington. Had no idea about the school. All of a sudden, sees this guy rated a 99 named Stuckey. He's like, "Who's this Stuckey guy? We never heard of this Stuckey guy." And then, lo and behold, Josh is scoring like 60 points a game with this guy. Next thing you know, he ends up being like a 15th pick in the NBA draft. Like, so that's how we found out who the hell Rodney Stuckey was. little humor there.
Random.
Yeah.
Random.
Yep.
Who you got?
I got Eastern Washington. I think Georgetown is very overrated this year. In fact, a lot of people thought they should have been a 6 or a 7. I think Eastern Washington knocks them off.
This is what I didn't do much homework on. Okay. I kind of took this one at face value. So obviously I took Georgetown. Mm-hmm. But knowing the mastermind over here, and he's done a little homework behind this game, he's right about Georgetown being overrated, getting a 4 seed. Georgetown has not been impressive this year. I think they finished in the middle of the pack in the big.
Very inconsistent.
It sounds familiar. But hey, I've got Georgetown, but that's just based on talent levels. But Eastern Washington, this is one of those upsets that's been more familiar in the past few years. That 13-4. They get hot. Don't be surprised.
Smooth takes on UCLA, a team that barely got in as well. A traditional powerhouse is an 11th seed. I got Larry Brown, Ryan. I'm not going against Larry Brown.
That's the third time. That's the third time.
It's the ESP we got going. Yeah?
Larry Brown. He goes places and he makes championships.
Yeah.
Don't be surprised if SMU makes a run to the
I like Dennis Erickson. He doesn't get him on probation.
John Calipari. You know, like I said, don't be surprised if SMU makes a run to the Elite Eight. I've got SMU.
Iowa State against UAB, a team LSU got by on the road with this year and ended up being a turning team. That's one of LSU's 6 wins. I think UAB gives them a game, but I think Iowa State has a little too much firepower.
Iowa State's running on all cylinders. Iowa State.
Iowa and Davidson. Iowa, kind of middle of the road, Big Ten powerhouse. And Davidson, Steph Curry University. Do they have it in them again, Ryan? I'll let you go first.
I think so. This is one of the ones I just kind of threw a dart at a wall on after I read a couple things about Iowa and Davidson. And Davidson is one of those shooters, never die by the jump shot as well. But they lived by it for quite some time now. Steph Curry left a legacy. I got Davidson in this one.
I got Davidson in this one too. I think Iowa's just not a strong cheer. I think Davidson will take it to them. Gonzaga against North Dakota State. The Bison.
You better have the Z.
They won a game last year. Or did they win 2? I forgot. I think it was 1.
No, they won 1. They won 1 last year.
It's not quite the North Dakota State team as last year. And Gonzaga, I think it's physically built to go to the Final Four.
I was about to say, Gonzaga,
at least the most they've ever been.
This is also not one of the Gonzaga teams we're used to. This team, this might be the best team they've had in the history of their ball club. Gonzaga big time.
So next up, it brings
Duke and San Diego State.
We both pick San Diego State?
Yep.
Duke.
Yeah. Stephen F. Austin.
I like Jaleel Okafor, and play teams with a player that just dominates usually do well. So what we got next? Oh yeah, we have the 12-13 matchup. Well, you have Georgetown. You have Georgetown and Stone Cold.
I think that's the end of the Cinderella trip. Georgetown.
I'm going to go Stephen F. Austin over Eastern Washington and a 12 seed for the second straight year. We'll make the Sweet 16.
Larry Brown or Iowa State?
This one I think is going to be very close. Yeah. I think it really is a toss-up. I'm going to go Iowa State on talent.
Size, Iowa State. Them boys can ball too.
Yeah. Then next we got Gonzaga and Davidson, which could turn into a 3-point contest.
Yeah, that's going to be a good game to watch. This could hit the 90s.
But Gonzaga shoots 50% of the team. I got the Zags in this one. I don't think they'll have a choke job in the second round.
Like I said, Zags are one of the best teams in the nation, regardless of where they're coming from.
So you got Duke and Georgetown.
You have Duke and Stephen F. Austin. I think we both know where this one's going.
Yeah. Nothing against Stephen F. Austin, but Duke has way too much talent for that, and I think it's probably the same for Georgetown.
One word.
K.
K.
Or Okafor.
Iowa State.
Iowa State Gonzaga. Now this is where it gets interesting. I don't trust Gonzaga, and I don't trust Iowa State. This is another one of those Virginia
Villanovas.
And I'm going to go because they played a tougher schedule with Iowa State. I think Mark Few's crew.
Even though this is going to be a 2-3 matchup, Gonzaga's probably going to be the underdog. On the line. On the line, even though this is a 2-3 Gonzaga,
it's more of a home game. It's more of a home game for Iowa State. I believe it's played in Houston. Gonzaga's got to come all the way down from Oregon. I like Iowa State.
I think this one goes down to the same thing I said about SMU size. I think Iowa State in this one.
Iowa State. All right. So again, Duke and Iowa State. I don't trust the Big 12. I'm going with Duke. But at the same time, I don't trust the ACC either, but Coach K.
What he said. Yeah, because of one thing, Coach K.
So we go up to
the
Midwest. Kentucky takes on Hampton, who decided to upset Manhattan last night. And Hampton, whose coach was actually told the odds makers gave their team a 1 in 1 billion chance of winning the national title, according to odds. Well, Vegas knows what they're talking about. Kentucky big.
Hampton's coach has Jesus on speed dial.
He does. He does have Jesus on speed dial.
I honestly think Hampton's going to give him the fight of their life, but Kentucky's just Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky.
Like, I don't think Hampton's going to give up.
Hampton plays hard, though. I'll give him that.
Kentucky. Another school you hear out of my mouth a lot. Cincinnati, Purdue. That's another 8-9, Matt.
This is another one of those ones that you could really flip a coin on. I think Cincinnati's not the team that they used to be this year, and
that's kind of what's making this interesting.
Yeah, I like Purdue. I'm gonna go Big Ten on this one. I'm gonna go Purdue.
I've always liked Cincinnati. I just have. I've got Cincinnati in this one.
Bob Huggins and West Virginia take on Buffalo, a team that some people are saying maybe another 5-12 upset. I'll go West Virginia. I know they've been very inconsistent down the stretch, but I saw them play against LSU. I was impressed.
LSU played a hell of a game against West Virginia and barely got out of Morgantown with the W.
That's one of the reasons
we're in it. Yeah, that's one of the reasons we're in it because, look, I mean, they're a 5 seed. They're a 5 seed for a reason. Buffalo, I don't think they got it. I've heard they've had a good season. I think they had, maybe 3 or 4 losses on the season.
Yeah, they don't have many.
West Virginia.
Maryland against Valpo, who's actually coached by Bryce Drew, the former player there who made that famous 3-point shot to get him. And actually played for the Hornets their first year in the Rollins. Didn't play much, but he was on the roster. No, Duke can shoot threes, though. I think Maryland is very talented this year. It's one of their more talented teams since they had Gary Williams and since they won the national title back with who was that? It was like Steve Blake and them or something, and maybe Dixon. I'm gonna go Maryland.
I like watching schools like Valpo make the turning, but if they would end up as a 12 seed, they might have had a favorable matchup, but not Maryland.
Yeah, they drew a hard 4 seed,
and Maryland's underrated. According to a 4 seed, no, Maryland should be a 3. But because I think they're that good enough that they're getting hot at the right time. Terps.
Butler, who kind of under the radar in 6 seed this year against Texas, a team that started out hot and then got ice cold. Rick Barnes squeaking into the tournament. With that said, though, difference in this one, no more Brad Stevens and Butler. I think Rick Barnes saves his job just because Texas, talent-wise, is one of those 11 seeds that could make a run. I'll go Texas.
This is not the Butler of 2010, 2011. This is not the Butler we're used to. The seeds could honestly be flipped on this one. I've got UT.
Notre Dame and Northeastern. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's playing really good ball right now. Notre Dame.
Wichita State, the Shockers, taking on Indiana. Another one of those teams that barely got in, but got in with 13 losses. With Tom Crean coaches there, young guy at Marquette. I like the Shockers.
I like the Shockers, but I'll tell you right now, this is as far as they go this year.
Okay.
Because of the winner of this next game.
Kansas and New Mexico State. Kansas.
Jayhawks. Rock chalk.
So you have Cincy in UK. I have Purdue in UK.
Does it matter?
No.
Kentucky.
Next.
West Virginia,
Virginia and
Maryland.
Maryland.
Who do you have in this one? That'll be a tough one.
This would be a tough one. I have Maryland because they're a lot more consistent.
Terps.
Tejas and Notre Dame. I don't like either team. I really don't.
This is an asteroid game.
And Notre Dame is one of those teams that has definitely disappointed. But I think Texas just sucks this year. So I'm going Notre Dame for that reason.
Notre Dame's really they showed really well in the conference tournament. Notre Dame. Kansas and Wichita
Kansas
State.
Austin.
You already know what I'm going to say about this one.
Yeah, I believe you said you took Rock Chalk in this.
Yes.
Yeah. Not so fast.
What?
Shock the world.
What?
I believe in the Shockers.
No way.
I think the Shockers are pissed off at getting screwed last year. They returned a lot of that team. And they only lost 5 games this year. I like the Shockers to beat Kansas, who is missing their best defensive player. He's out for the year. I like the Shockers to shock the world.
There's a reason Wichita State is a 7 seed and Northern Iowa is a 5 seed. They're not as good as they were last year. I've got Jayhawks, Rock Chalk.
Okay.
Rock Chalk. I don't
So,
care if they only won 5 games. They're not the same team we had last year. We think we both have it up top as the same.
Kentucky and
Wildcats and the Terps.
Kentucky.
Next. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame KU. I have Notre Dame and Wichita. No shot to roll in this one. I think Notre Dame will have just too much size for the Shockers in this one. And I think they'll have to. But actually, both teams will have to play a lot. But like what you said, Wichita State, I think they're good. Not quite the firepower as last year. I think Notre Dame, because of the draw of their entire bracket this year, gets lucky the Irish, and gets to the Elite Eight.
And that's where they face Kentucky.
Yeah. Not to give away, not to
undefeated. You kind of don't pick them to not make the Final Four.
Especially when they have kind of home court everywhere they go.
And they kind of have 2 different starting 5s.
Mm-hmm. Including, I don't know, their second team that basically went to the national title.
I want to know how much that cost Calipari out of his salary. Never mind. I'm not making accusations.
So, one more bracket to go before we go to the Final Four. Wisconsin, Final Four team from last year, returning their core.
What is that dude's name?
Oh,
the white kid.
Yeah, the guy that should have won the damn Naismith Award.
I can't do his name.
Now I'm drawing a blank on his name. I was talking to my buddy at work about him.
Yeah, he's the reason they're going to advance for a while.
I can't remember his name.
And finally,
Except for-
Wisconsin gets a team that is this high quality because they've had such a good program for quite some time now, but they keep shooting themselves in the foot year after year after year. A 1 seed in this bracket, Wisconsin.
Oregon and Oklahoma State.
This is one I did a little homework on. My homework tells me OK State. Oregon, like you said, the Pac-12 is really down this year. They got in as an 8 seed because I think they did really well in the conference tournament. I've got OK State.
I went with Oregon for 2 reasons. Oregon, one, they got a lot of firepower, even though they suck on defense.
Yep.
And Oklahoma State just kind of faded down the stretch and couldn't get blown out by Oklahoma. So that's why I went with it. But that's another one. So you can just look at. Arkansas against Wofford.
The last 5-12.
Arkansas has the SEC Player of the Year. Arkansas.
The only reason Arkansas lost to Kentucky is because Kentucky is Kentucky.
But Arkansas doesn't match up with Kentucky well.
No, they don't.
That's the weird thing.
But even then, even if
Yes.
they did, Kentucky is Kentucky. Arkansas.
So Roy Williams goes against Harvard. Harvard got a win last year.
You kind of have it yet.
Not quite the same Harvard this year. I got Tar Heels.
Tar Heels are heating up at the right time, too. They had to run through the gauntlet in the ACC tournament to make it to the championship. Williams.
Next up, Xavier of David West, not Jordan Bailey, takes on Ole Miss.
See, I screwed this one up because I automatically thought BYU was going to win. I didn't think Ole Miss was that good. And then Ole Miss came back from being down 17 last night
Yeah, that was kind of insane.
To win by 4 against the BYU team, who had one of the best shooters and I think he's the #1 career leader in scoring at BYU, and Tyler Hawes. This guy was, I think he put up like 19 in the first half. He put up 19 in the first half, and I think he only finished the game with 23. Ole Miss came out in the second half on all cylinders. If they can carry that into this game somehow, I've got Ole Miss advancing. I'm gonna call this upset because it's Ole Miss and the way that I saw them play against BYU down 17. I mean, most teams don't come back from down 17 in the second half in college basketball.
Xavier's another one of the schools like Georgetown. Overrated as hell. Ole Miss can kiss my ass, but I like Ole Miss in this one. So what do we have next? Baylor and Georgia State.
Funny fact, Georgia State is the only reason they got in is because they won the conference tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And
By the way,
they scored
who they beat in the semifinals?
Georgia Southern.
No,
The semifinals. I don't know.
You all out. Or is it Georgia Southern?
I don't
know. One of those Georgia teams beat Ella.
The conference tournament championship game. Final score for Georgia State and Georgia Southern was 38-36. In 40 minutes of basketball, you can't put up 80 points on 2 teams? No. Baylor.
I like Ricardo Gathers, who I wish he would have came to LSU. NOLA boy. I like Baylor. VCU. Shaka. Against Ohio State.
This is a tough one. VCU got a tough 10 seed here. A tough 10 seed opponent here. Because Ohio State has played a lot of quality ball this year, and they kind of got a little underrated. I think they kind of got in the same kind of way LSU did. They had a good enough resume to get one of the bids after everything was all said and done. That's where it is. I got VCU.
I got Ohio State because VCU lost their best defensive player of the year to an ACL injury, I believe it was, in December. For that reason alone. Because I like Shaka. Big Shaka Smart.
I like Shaka Smart.
But Thad Matta's had some success for it, right? With the Final Four in New Orleans.
That's right.
Arizona, Texas. Arizona.
That's a no-brainer.
So what we got next? Whiskey and, well, both of
I've got OK State. You've got Oregon.
Whiskey.
Yep. Arkansas, North Carolina.
This is where it gets interesting. Both teams like to run the court a lot. I think they're almost mirror matches of each other. I'm going to go with Roy Williams escaping from experience. I got North Carolina barely.
SEC Player of the Year, Arkansas.
Okay.
Ole Miss and Baylor.
Ole Miss runs out of gas here. Baylor's way too much size. I think Baylor's defense will take over.
End of discussion. Bears. The Bears.
So VCU and or Ohio State against Arizona. Arizona.
It's Arizona. Come on.
Yeah. So Wisconsin against North Carolina or Wisconsin against Arkansas. I like Wisconsin's team size and a lot of tournament experience. Final Four teams last year. I like the badges.
The badges.
Stinking badges.
The stinking badges. Yeah. Wisconsin. On Wisconsin.
Baylor and Arizona. I think Baylor is one of those teams that defensively can keep up with Arizona and Carl Gators. This guy is a game changer, but I think Baylor doesn't quite have the firepower they did. Arizona has NBA talent on that team. They are legit. I like Arizona. By the way,
4 times.
By the way, this game is in Los Angeles.
That's 4 times. He reads my mind. Arizona couldn't really and truthfully be close enough to be an NBA team. These boys are good. 2 seed, I think they were like, it was a tough decision. They were like a 4.5.
Yeah, they were.
They were on the brink of being a 1 seed Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
That sets us up for a really nice Elite 8 matchup.
A rematch of the Elite 8 from last year, Wisconsin and Arizona.
Don't tell me your pick yet.
Okay.
We're in a bracket pool, and I don't want him to think I'm copying his picks. It just occurred to me.
Mm-hmm.
Wisconsin's got size. Arizona's got talent.
Wisconsin won it last year.
This is one of my throwing a dart at a dartboard kind of thing. Revenge is a dish best served at home. Arizona. I'm going with Zona to the Final Four.
Same reason. Home court is big in basketball. I like Arizona. Sorry, Whiskey.
That's 5. Final 4.
We have the same damn Final Four. That's funny. With that said, what's our first one up?
Kentucky and Arizona.
Kentucky. I don't need to say anymore.
Virginia and Duke.
The ACC matchup there. In fact, I believe they played. Duke actually beat Virginia on their home court this year. I think that's the only time they played. So Duke ended Virginia's winning streak this year, upsetting them at home. You go first or I go first?
The same reason we've been pulling for Kentucky is the same reason I'm going to tell you Duke is going to the national championship. They have the best 2 coaches in the nation. They have the most talent in the nation, and they play best in the big lights. Duke.
I like Virginia's size and their defense, but I don't trust them, Coach K. Because Jahlil Okafor, #1 pick in the NBA draft. I go with a player that can take over the game.
Yeah. Kevin Durant, et cetera, et cetera. LeBron James. Watch this.
So we got the same final, Kentucky and Duck. Can Coach K pull it off? He's got the player of the year and Duke, who plays stellar defense against the college all-star team.
Emily, I'm sorry. You know what I'm about to say. When you have 2 different starting 5s that are all 5-star athletes, it's kind of unfair. And they're really playing well together. Willie Cauley-Stein is my least favorite player in all of college basketball, but he's probably a top 5 pick. Kentucky finishes the undefeated season, and Kentucky's your national championship. I mean, your national champion. That hurts. That hurts.
Nobody's ever finished undefeated since '76 Indiana, and that was, I believe, before the field expanded to 64.
Yes, it was.
I like Duke to lose this game. Kentucky. They just have too much talent. They're not going to lose. They've turned it on ever since LSU should have beat them.
Yep.
And they have been on a train wreck since. I think they just are destined to win it this year. I wish somebody like Coach K would have been coaching this team instead of Coach K. Wait.
Instead of Coach Calipari.
Coach C. Sorry.
Coach C.
But with that said, I think Duke gives them a run for their money.
Well, yeah, it's going to be a good game.
I think Okafor gives
strictly
them
on the fact that you've got
I'm
Coach K on one side.
I'm going to go 78-70 Kentucky.
This is the 3rd bracket I fill out. This is the first one I really actually put some real thought into. I've been staying in the 60s for all of my championship game scores. I have Virginia winning one in a different situation. It's kind of hard to say that Kentucky won't score. So for me to say that they're going to keep it in the 60s is kind of outrageous. I'm going to go 79-71 UK.
Okay, cool. So just for the sake of discussion before we go off the air tonight, who are maybe some of your sleeper teams that can knock off a Kentucky? I have 5.
Based on who they have to play?
Either that or a team that you think can win the national title. Other than Kentucky, like maybe less teams who you think can win the national title.
Of course, Kentucky or Duke or Virginia. Iowa State is a team that I've heard a lot about. I haven't gotten a chance to watch them play much, but Iowa State's been the past few years have been a top 10 team. If they get the right couple games in a row, Iowa State could be in the national championship. Looking around, I mean, really and truthfully, Matt, you and I know this because of the past decade or so. Izzo. Don't be surprised if Izzo makes a run.
You can never count him out.
He always gets on at the right time. Don't be surprised.
I mean, Connecticut won it as a 17.
Right. Or Jay Wright. Villanova is a sleeper.
I think Villanova, this is one of those years where if they would ever do it, No, not counting that miracle run they had
Right.
in '85. This is one of the teams that can do it. If Gonzaga were to ever do it, I think this is the year. I don't think they will. But I think Kentucky's toughest game will be the winner of Wisconsin and Arizona. I think they will give them a really
That'll be a
big
good
scare.
old-fashioned beatdown.
I think Wisconsin especially will give them the scare of their life.
They've got the equalizer to Willie Cauley-Stein.
Yes.
You take him out of
They
the
have
offense.
size, and Wisconsin can shoot.
Hell, I mean, just getting into the
And I like
Elite Eight, they have
Virginia.
to
I like
play-
Virginia too.
They have to play Notre Dame. Going back to Kentucky, they have to play Notre Dame in the Elite Eight. Notre Dame's no slouch.
If Notre Dame can turn it on, yeah, they've won a lot of.
The
big
one
games.
thing Kentucky does not have is, I mean, you kind of put them together when I say is age and experience.
Mhm.
They're young.
But they do have a team that went to the Final Four, so they do have some talent. But I understand
You know,
I'm saying
you know
point
what I'm
well. But a lot of their freshman talent, they've never played in the NCAA tournament.
True.
Yeah, they went through the SEC tournament with these, but
Let's see. Arizona.
I think Arizona, Wisconsin, I think are two.
I don't count out Self either. I don't count out Self in Kansas.
And the thing, I don't think it's one of the better teams, but he's a good coach. He's proven that he's not Roy Williams.
Keep the
at Kansas.
team in game.
The guy's won 2 national titles, I believe.
True.
Including being that stud Memphis team that Calipari had.
Yep.
Wait, that was back. That was, I think it was with Derrick Rose.
Yeah,
Right?
I was about to say.
But
Kentucky, national champions,
we got Kentucky winning it all.
40-0.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh yeah, you guys really went off the page there. Like,
I mean, going off the page would kind of be betting,
yeah,
betting against the odds.
This is the biggest favorite, I think, at least since Anthony Davis was there, and they were a huge favorite.
As of Sunday, it was even money on Kentucky. It was even money, the line on Kentucky winning the national championship.
So taking the field was considered even money against Kentucky.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anybody else, yeah.
Anybody else? They'll give you 63 teams, and you get even money. I know it's Kentucky, but that's a good bet. Just odds-wise.
Yeah.
Right. With that said, episode 78 is next week. Got an interesting concept in mind, Ryan. I actually have to be at Texas A&M for work.
Somebody get him a hazmat suit.
Yeah, I know. Until Wednesday. Maybe we can do one of those dual broadcasts again where you're in New Orleans. I could be in College Station from the Holiday Inn
That
Express
could work.
Wi-Fi. That hopefully will be good enough.
That could work.
Or maybe we'll figure it out to where we can get your PC going and I can cell phone. Hey, maybe we go talk man, put like an LSU shirt on Revelay or something.
Yes.
We're gonna hang out with Revel like wearing an LSU shirt.
So if he gets arrested, guys know that I'm still going to be in Metairie tomorrow night. Or next week, excuse me.
Well, we're not gonna get arrested.
I'm not.
I'm not gonna get arrested.
Well, you got anything else for him tonight, Matt?
Just go Tigers in both sports. Oh, by the way, props to softball. Bianca Bell, Pain Train, batting over 800 this weekend.
First time in history that LSU's men's baseball and women's softball team been ranked number 1 at the same time.
Gymnastics is number 2. Golf is top 10. Spring sport U this year. Track is always
Nice having
good.
something in the off season for football to follow.
Yeah.
Well, track's always. I mean, we
Right.
got like 16 national champiompips in track.
Yeah, we're due
They
for
don't
another
play.
one. We're due for
Yeah, it's
another
been a
one.
while. Been a few years.
So much shaver. But that's it, Ryan.
Good night, America.
Not America.